We're live now.
All right, everybody, we are live. We will have Hollywood. He just messaged me. He said his computer needed to reset, so he'll be joining us here in a little bit, and then we can make fun of him when he joins for being late. But
He rolled
we're
a
okay.
nat one on turning the computer on.
Yep, you rolled a nat one. But we got Octavius here to see the beginning this time, so that works out. So we're gonna start off everybody with episode 88. It's gonna be slightly shorter today. Thank you for showing up on a Wednesday. We'll be back to regular schedule when we return. So let's go, motherfuckers. Whoop. Rest in peace, Val Kilmer.
I know my crew stay strong. We bout to light this place on fire. Tell your crew when they come, they better break cause it's on sight. Take one shot and they gone. Grab all your swords and spells and knights. Think I can't play now. Call all your troops cause y'all gon' die. Ain't nobody messing with the squad. If they do, it won't be pretty. I can almost guarantee it though. Hey, have your leader praying out to God, have his head up on the hood and the body in the vehicle. Hey, get a bigger army and you still won't like your odds. Go ahead and pray to God, cause you'll need it though. Hey, Sirus coming back into the squad just to cut her brother's arms clean off, undefeated though. Hey, Pippa is the leader of the squad. She can turn into a bobcat, lion, or a cheetah though. Hey, Clive is from reality so far. He's a little bit bizarre with his magic. He's strategic though. Hey, Halmon got the body of a god. Then you know my brother strong tells Bops come and see me though. Hey, Sakura's the finest of them all. She's the daughter of a god cutthroat. She's a healer though. Belle's a little shooter. Shoot your partner with the Ruger. Beast Wukong cutthroat. Freddy Krueger when he turned into a beast with attacks you can maneuver. Squabble up with her. Quick tip. Call an Uber. And Amalia's got the magic. Her fire is automatic. It's tragic how she burning up and is really graphic. And Astrum on the beat. Come to save your girl. This the misfits of Malla. Come to save the world. Homie, I'm gone. I know my crew stay strong. We bout to light this place on fire. Tell your crew when they come, they better break cause it's on sight. Take one shot and they gone. Grab all your swords and spells and knights. Think I can't play now. Call all your troops cause y'all gon' die.
The misfits of Malla arrived in Goldfish, but as they arrived they found trouble with some Kappa being hurt on the beach as an old man Kappa screamed out for help. They sprung to action and helped save the young Kappa, however lost one to a shark in the water. Belle then led some of the other young Kappa away from the fight as Halmon dove into the water after the murderous shark, and in a rage he fought the beast in the water. However, Pippa was looking around as a crocodile for pieces of the young Kappa, but Halmon managed to win the fight and drag it back to shore. They then had to deal with Reef Dagger, another shark man with an arcane laser weapon. However, Sirus and Sakura disposed of him fast, and Clive gathered up the arcane weapon. In the time permitted, Pippa was able to resurrect the young Kappa, and they all celebrated. Wendeline healed the group, and Sakura danced with the young Kappa choir. However, they were interrupted by Piccadilly Mistletoe, running down the beach looking for Amalia, saying that Hades needed to see her quickly. Astrum decided to stay behind and question Reefer Dagger, hoping to learn a little bit more what was going on. He said the Kappas were being hunted to replace them with drow recruits. Meanwhile, the rest of the team found themselves at a nearby harbor at the ship known as the Wolf, a large dog-headed ship owned by Pippa's brother Cal, who she was happy to reunite with. The rest of the team partied on the ship. However, Amalia went to speak with her husband Hades, who was badly injured, and warned them of the drow Norman working with the shark men. He also warned Halmon of Norman's connection to Belle, and also that the land of Drew had seemingly fallen thanks to Roland and Picasso, and perhaps his father was also being held prisoner with Norman here in Goldfish Town. Now, what will happen this week on
then it can't be a good sign for Hades to be in bed, right? I mean, God's getting hurt like that. Does that mean Sakura and people that are really strong can get hurt coming up? I mean, if Gods can be hurt like that, dang, I don't want my balls anywhere near any of these fights.
Man, I hope my guy Halmon don't pop off, because if he does and crashes out, that's going to be stressful for the whole team. I mean, he's got children issues, daddy issues. You know, he might be allergic to shellfish. Who knows? I haven't tested that yet. Has he had seafood like that on this show? Who knows? Let's get him fucked up. Let's play.
Was that like a casual lore drop right now that the eyeballs are secretly gods?
I don't know. I don't know about that.
I don't know, bro. They need to get out of here talking about balls.
Because it sounds like they're scared of the weapon, right? So are they secretly gods? Are we gonna have to fight them?
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know the answer.
You do know, you just don't want to tell us, GM.
Yeah.
All these secrets.
I don't
I
know.
mean, they better hope we don't get a chance. I'm killing Snoop Dogg first, bro. I'm tired of it, bro.
I know. Oh my god.
I feel like you would.
No, you go, Stassi, you go.
I feel like if you did that, Octavius, you would lose your black card for some reason. Like, I feel like that's something that's.
Maybe this is telling you that that's not really Snoop Dogg. Is he black? No, he's an eye.
I mean,
I'm killing
let's
him.
Let's be real. Snoop Dogg's too high to kill. He probably wouldn't feel it.
He wouldn't even feel it. Exactly. That's what I'm doing him and everyone else a service.
You are. And you know what? You might kill him with just speaking in that goddamn voice, because fucking hell, you're gonna speak and his fucking brain is gonna explode. I'm just kidding, bro. Anyway, all right. Let's continue exactly where we left off, which is actually gonna be with you, Sirus. You're gonna be here helping us continue the next part of the story, because while we were inside the cabin room with Amalia and Sakura and Halmon, they were having a discussion. However, Sirus, on the outside of the boat, you saw that little Belle had been excited and ran up to the large dog at the front of the ship. She was like petting the large dog, known as Wolf. And there's a couple crew members around the ship, Sirus, that you can see. However, you and Wendeline were both told, or at least you were next to Wendeline when she was told, Sirus, that her brother had also gone missing. Cal told Wendeline that her brother Kai seemingly was here, but is now also gone. So, Sirus, you kind of are just left on the ship. Halmon, Amalia, and Sakura have gone off into the room to speak with Hades. So you're kind of on the ship with the rest of your crew, or the rest of the team, Sirus. What would you like to do? If you have a moment here, what would you like to do while you're on the ship?
All right, hold on. Fuck. That's a cough, bro. Fuck. Where's Wendeline?
She's right next to you. You were standing next to her on the ship. I believe right now you and her are standing quite close to each other. I don't know where you are on the map. Let me find you. There you are. Yeah, you're right, like kind of, about 5 feet away from
You're next to me.
Okay. All right, hold on. Then my voice is a little bit better. Fuck.
You're good. I like this. It's making me feel like
he's in character. It's perfect.
No.
We're getting his voice therapy.
God damn it, bro. Anyways. Oh. I feel like at this moment he's just making sure Belle is okay. And then he obviously knows of the news that like he's gone, right?
Yeah, you were there.
Okay, yeah.
Belle looks to you. She's like, Sirus is so fluffy, and she's like just kind of petting like the dog with her, just petting it.
Don't just be careful with it. But I'm glad you like it.
The dog did just hear it start to bark.
I think at this moment he's kind of like, he's standing close to Wendeline, but just like far enough to where like they're not like bumping or anything, because he's like, I just got back. I'm not trying to like invade anyone's privacy or anything, but he does kind of eventually look over to Wendeline and ask, do you have any idea where he could be?
Wendeline gives like a heavy sigh with her hands on her hips. I have a couple of ideas, but no solid leads. He has places he frequents, but he's never disappeared for this long, so kind of
If
shrugs.
if you and he like takes a minute before he says what he's gonna say. If you would like, I wouldn't mind helping you find him. If me and you had to go out right now to go find him, I wouldn't mind.
Right now?
Well, not right now, but when we have the time, I have no problem helping you with that.
Yeah, I think as long as the rest of the crew is kind of okay with it and we're
Whose
sort of
squeaky door is that, bro?
I was about to say, Amalia, you ever
sorry.
Yo, put some
fucking
oil on that
door?
joints, bro.
You
Some
got
Good
it.
lord.
WD-40 on that. Some
Yeah.
lubricant.
I thought she was blowing the Tin Man over there. Jesus Christ, what's going on, Amalia?
Good lord.
Christ.
Anyways.
Anywho, back to the sweet relationship.
When Wendeline says, when the time is right, I would really appreciate that help. I mean, I could probably use all the help I need right now, especially to catch him, because once I do, you might have to hold me back.
One of
Smiles
the crew
sweetly.
members, Wendeline, is overhearing you and Sirus talk. Their name is Gussie, and Gussie, kind of like Stassi, but for Gussie. And Gussie, however, is a male, and he looks to he seemingly is like an oxyotl, like the lizards, like they're
Axolotl.
pink.
Excellent.
Yeah, an oxalotl. Yeah, I don't remember how they
You
fucking pronounce
got
those.
it.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
There. There.
the pink lizard things with the
The
thing.
pink salamander thing.
Yes. So he's like a large one of those. But he's wearing pirate garb. He's got a saxophone thrown around his side. He looks to you. He's like, "Hey, you guys talking about Kai? I'm assuming over there." He kind of comes up. He kind of walks all cool and jive a little bit up to you. He kind of seems a little suspect though. Sirus, Wendeline, you guys want to give me an insight roll to see what you get from him?
Okay.
Or can.
A little bit of insight as this if Astrum was here,
24.
Astrum, you do know him. 24, lovely Sirus. You do know Gussie, Astrum, just so you know. You know him.
I don't think I'm not there yet, am I?
No, you're not.
Okay.
And Wendeline, you get a 6. So
6.
unfortunately, Wendeline, you just see them like, oh shit, that's a giant oxyotl. Like you're like, what the hell? But Sirus, you see that he clearly knows something about Kai's location. As you can just tell as he goes up to you, he knows something, Sirus, about this. So you looking for Kai?
Yes we are.
And you are?
I'm Cal's other right hand. Kai's is left. So I guess I'm the right hand. He would be the left hand.
We didn't need to know all that. Just
Well,
where's he at?
you know what I mean. Hey, hey. Look, I know that you might be his sister. He looks up and down, Wendeline. He looks over to Sirus. But why should I let this guy know about my teammate and your brother's location? For all I know about him, he could slice him down. I see that bloody sword on his back.
He kind of just
That's
like,
actually a valid point.
I mean, if I wanted to really cut anyone down, I would have just done it.
That's also a valid point.
Give me an intimidation roll here, Sirus.
Yeah, he says it with a straight face. Like he does not give two shits right now.
Okay. I'm gonna just say that I'm just gonna say that he looks at you like, all right, big man, but just because you're friends with Kai's sister. Kai, he went out for himself to get rid of these shark folk. He said he was done with it. Heard rumor from one of the shark folks that his parents were here on the island.
Hmm. And do you know where that would be?
Well, he did tell me that he was headed across the island to the other harbor. However, if you want to get there, you're going to have to go down the beach. Walk there straight down the ways you came. Can't tell you if I know what's on the other side, though.
Do you not know what's on the other side?
Now, damn it, I don't know what's on the other side. I just said that, you
I just
fool.
had. Don't call me a fool now.
Hey.
Just being sure.
I'm just trying to help you out find my friend, man.
All right. Sirus honestly like see him like wipe off the sword, and you could tell like Wendeline there's like no insight needed. You could tell that he already looks like he might want to go there already, but he's kind of waiting on your call on that before he decides to just jump ship and go.
He's saying if you want to find Kai, he might be there. Hell, he might be waiting for you, sis.
Do you know how to get there at all?
Like I said, just walk straight down the beach.
That's very specific.
Sirus, as he says this, your insight is picking up again. You can definitely tell that he seems to be wanting to get you to go down that beach.
Yeah, I was about to say there's something he's not telling us. He looks at him and kind of raises an eyebrow. If you had a good idea where he was at, and why didn't you go yourself?
Well, my captain, he needs me here, man. I can't
But
just
you're
go running
Clive's
off.
left hand. I mean,
Exactly. Well, I
Which
can't leave
means
him
you're
hanging.
more than capable enough to simply get someone back if you're someone's left hand.
Look, I don't go anywhere unless my captain tells me to. You can talk to Captain Cal about that.
I mean, and you also don't seem to be too worried that he's gone.
Hell, man, I'm never worried about Kai. He takes care of himself, but it has been a while. It's been about a day. He's never been gone that long.
Okay. Well, I guess we're gonna get to it.
I guess you will. But like I said, I don't go anywhere unless my captain tells me to go. So if Kai went off by himself, that's a hands mistake. You feel me?
I mean, also kind of just seems like you're afraid.
or he did it for good reason. I know
Perhaps.
my brother better than that.
Your brother's been kind of a fool lately, though. Maybe we need a new hand.
Perhaps we should talk to your captain about that.
Maybe you should. He kind of just picked his saxophone over his shoulder and looks at it. He kind of gives you a toot. Then he kind of just walks away to the edge of the boat again. And he leaves Sirus and Wendeline. He kind of just leaves you two as you stand there. Sirus, Wendeline, you guys are both there. Pippa, however, is currently with Clive and her brother, the Captain Cal, at the bar area where Clive, as you remember, you were drinking with Pippa and Cal, where we left you last time. So, Wendeline, Sirus, before I move on from you guys for a second and just check in with some of the other team members, anything else you'd like to do here, or what would you like to finish off here with for a second?
Oh, I think Cyrus most definitely. After listening to him and seeing his vibe, he looks to Wendelin. I think he may have part of your brother being gone.
I think you're right, but I'd rather just worry about finding him first.
Yeah. I think we should go meet the others and tell them about what we learned.
Yeah, Let's see if we can find the captain too. Both captains.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He's like, oh, that's right. All right.
he's like, oh shit. She's like, Pippa's a captain. Like
You forgot, didn't you?
Look, I don't remember a lot of things. All right, don't get on me.
So Wendeline, you guys both turn away as you guys turn away from the quite obviously suspicious Gussie.
And I'm grabbing Belle because I don't want her up here alone with that damn dog.
Oh, okay. So Belle's like, all right, see you later, Wolf. She gives it a big old scratch once again, and then Wolf kind of goes like, kind of like gives her a giant lick. And so Cyrus, you just watch as Belle, like, she gets licked up by this giant tongue, and her body's just like covered with saliva. She turns around to you, and she's like just covered in spit, but she goes like, she's like she's like she just gives an adorable laugh. She's just like, well, look at me, I'm covered in spit. And she's like,
we gotta go get some soap and water. That's no.
So she's just like, what do you mean? So anyway, so she rejoins you, Cyrus, and she kind of goes and holds your hand, but all you just feel once again is the spit. Like she just.
I got my armor on. I don't feel a thing.
Yeah, your
I'm
armor is
good.
just like now drenched
I
in
ain't
dog
touching that
slobber.
shit.
Wendeline, you look down. She like tries to look at you. She goes to hold your hand with the dog slobber covered little hand. Do you want to take it? Your mic's off, by the way. Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
As she's holding her hand, she gives her like this like endearing grimace of like so sweet.
It's like the moment she touches your hand, you get like, you know, in cartoons when people shipper, it goes like,
Yeah,
you know,
she's like, oh, like just mixed emotions. Like, oh, this is disgusting. Oh, you're so cute. Oh my God, there's so much slobber on your hand.
Exactly. So you're just the body's like, So Pippa, let's move over to you and Clive. As you guys are at the bar at this moment in time, you and Clive and Cal were talking. Cal just put down a shot of whiskey for you, Clive. He puts it on the bar top and looks to you. Well, it seems that you got my sister in a lovely spot, at least bringing her all the way here to Goldfish. So, sis, you and the warlock here, why are you here at Goldfish? What are you doing with these drow? Why did you drop Hades at my doorstep and mom and dad's doorstep? What are we doing?
Lots of questions, Cal. Honestly, we didn't like bring Hades here. We brought the drow because they needed to get out of the underpool. We're here on this big mission that we've been doing forever. And honestly, Pippa looks over at Clive. If it wasn't for Clive telling us about the Chimera, we wouldn't have even known that the stones were connected to the Four Masters.
Wait. He looks to you, Clive. And looks back to Pippa. You're still on the Four Masters. You've been doing this ever since you were a little girl. Pippa, they're not real.
They're totally real. We've seen proof. And I'll prove it to you when this is all over. I'll be the ultimate beast master.
That show hasn't even been good since season 3. I'm just kidding. That show hasn't even been good. No, but he looks to you, Clive. Is my sister right? Are these fucking things real, mate?
Clive just looks at him dead in the eye, takes a nice big gulp of the whiskey, picks it onto the table, leans back in his chair with the most shit-eating grin on his face. She is as truthful as the sun sets and the moon rises, my friend.
Jesus Christ. Did you really find them? You found what? Hades wasn't lying. You found 2 of those masters.
Yeah, we found 2 of them, and it was amazing. It was the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Fuck! Shit! What am I gonna do if you... Hey. Where's that friend of yours, the one with the pink hair?
I mean, she went in there to go check on Hades.
I think I'm gonna have a talk with her.
About?
What you like to know?
You know what? I can kind of see the look on your face. I already know.
What do you think I'm gonna do?
You think she's cute.
We'll see what you know. He gets up. He looks to you, Clive. Excuse me, but I got some pink-haired elf girl I gotta talk to. He looks at Pippa. What's her name again?
It's Sakura.
Sakura. Right. All right.
I was just going to give the most British sigh ever. Looks out to the sea, holding up his glass. You're not the first.
So Pippa, you just like sigh as he holds up his drink. He takes his whiskey. Pippa, what else would you like to do here? Is your brother kind of as quickly as, unfortunately, Wendeline and Sirus, you turn. It seems that Cal is getting up now, away from the situation. Wendeline, Sirus, do you want to stop him at all from leaving, or are you guys going to let Cal go? Just curious.
I don't know if it's in character for her to step in front of him and maybe sort of like hard stop him real quick. I don't know, but she does want to stop him.
All right. Well, let's say that as he turns, he sees. Let's say as he's getting there, he's turning. And he sees that Wendeline, you and Sirus, I guess, are
If
walking
you don't
up to
stop
him.
him, I'll stop him.
Oh, all right, all right. So he kind of turns. Then Sirus, you're there. When you're there, like, oh, hello. What can I do for you?
There's something wrong with your second hand. We just had a conversation with him.
What, you mean Gussie? He looks over to the lizard. What do you mean?
Have you had any information about? And he kind of looks over to Wendeline, her brother.
Well, I know that he left. Yeah, he set off about the other day. He said he wanted to deal with some business. Him and Gussie were being strange, talking about something. Look, I trust those boys. Kai's like my other brother. If Pippa had another brother, it would be Kai. So which means that this girl Wendeline, she's like my sister. I know I don't know you, but your brother's like my brother. So if he went out to do something, I trust him. But if Gussie is acting weird, I don't know nothing about it.
Well, whatever that Gus, whatever his name is, just told us where he could perhaps be at. To somewhere down the beach. Even though he could have went himself and did it, he decided to tell us specifically. And from the look on your face, doesn't seem like you knew of that.
Well, no, Gussie didn't tell me specifically where he was going. He just said he was setting off.
And then he mentioned that. Well, no, you heard it from me. You could tell him straight out. He said that you guys are needing of a new hand, and seemed like he was suggesting of himself.
That, oh, kind. Look, they got into a bad argument. If he knows something, we gotta get. Look, Gussie! You guys all look over, and Gussie's there on the side of the boat. He kind of then looks to all of you, and he's about to make a movement, as you guys can all see. Do any of you want to try to do anything before he makes
Hold
said
person.
movement? Hold person, okay. So as you see it, you cast hold person. Boom. Frozen. Ah! And then Cal looks to him. Alright! Alright! Bring his body over here! The rest of the crew seems to bring over Gussie's body. Puts it down. Wendeline, Pippa, Clive, you all see this happening, little Belle, as they bring over Gussie's body and puts it there. He's just completely frozen. What's going on here, bud? You got something you want to tell us? Gussie's completely frozen, looks to you, Wendeline. Your brother's a traitor. Your brother, I'm pretty sure he was going to sell us all out. That's why he went down there and I didn't go help him. He's going to tell him where Hades is. That's what I think.
Can I roll for intimidation? Because I want to know where he went and I want him to tell me.
All right. You can roll for intimidation.
If you don't make it, I got something to help out.
It's an 11.
So 11. So you're not being. He's not very intimidated by you, probably because he knows who you are.
Oh, Sirus gets behind her just enough. He purposely does it like this. Stands like just far enough away, and he makes his wings come out and makes them glow more to help out with the intimidation.
Okay, I'm gonna give you. Yeah, you can do it on top of that, and I'll just add it on top of that all. So like it'll be like basically you got an advantage on top of that, Wendeline. So you know what? Do like another intimidation roll, Wendeline, for me. Give me like an advantage if you want.
That was a 15.
That's really good. So it's great. So he looks at you like, is he's held? He looks at you, Wendeline.
She's just locked eyes. Tell me where he is. You know, don't you?
Yes, he went to the caves. He went to the caves. I told you to go down the beach, but that would only lead you probably towards the sharks. And I thought maybe they would deal with you or they dealt with him. But yeah, okay? He went to the caves. They're off the shore of the island. That's where they're all at. And I'm sure that's where he went to. So he's at the caves, okay? I still think he's a traitor. Captain Cal, I think Kai's gonna betray us. Looks to you, Wendeline. Looks to you, Pippa. Is she trustworthy?
Are you pointing at me to Wendeline?
No, I'm talking to Pippa.
Yeah, she's trustworthy.
Are you sure about that?
Of course I am. She's our friend.
All right. First things first, everyone. We go set off looking for Kai. Anybody that wants to come along can come along. He looks at Pippa. I recommend that you and your team stay here and get some rest. We'll start the search ourselves. But you guys need to rest up. You look pretty bad.
Cyrus steps up. I'm going.
You going now?
I would rather at least one of us go to make sure that nothing else happens. Matter of fact, and he like turned around to Gussie and he punches him in the jaw to knock him out.
Oh shit! Okay, give me a strength roll there as you turn to Gussie.
All right,
Still being
I'm
held.
rolling real dice on this one. See what I get.
Yeah, you can roll the dice. It's cool. I trust
Ooh,
it.
pretty good, pretty good, pretty good.
By the way, everybody,
Strength.
I would say,
Well,
know later.
is
Get
this
on.
just regular strength, right? Just strength check.
Yeah, just a strength. Just a strength.
Okay, that all adds up to an 18.
An 18's fine. So you just go pop. So yeah, so Wendeline, exactly. You just see him once again. You just turn around, Sirus. Bop! You just pop him straight in his jaw, and Gussie goes down unconscious. His saxophone hits the ground. Donk donk. You guys just hear it. Pippa,
Yeah.
Clive, you watch as this lizard's man his
Everyone
falls down.
watches Cyrus immediately. Like he takes off the whole person and he ties him up with some rope and he puts him over his shoulder.
Oh,
If
Cal
he
looks.
decides to run, he can't. You guys get some rest. I'll go with the crew. I don't need to sleep anyways.
Okay. Well, Cal looks to you and he goes, I'm only going to allow you to do that because he was fucking around. So don't you ever do that to anybody on my crew again. Pippa, I don't care if he's your friend, but this is my shit, mate. And if you can't be knocked around my crew, but I understand. He looks to Wendeline. He fucked with Kai, which means he fucked with me, which means he fucked with you. So, we'll get this deal with. All right, we'll figure it out. I don't think your brother was a traitor. I don't think Kai ever would be a traitor. He looked over to the unconscious body.
But you trust this guy with a saxophone that was immediately about to jump off the ship.
Look, Gussie's been he's been with me for a long time.
Then just out of the blue, he starts acting strange.
He wasn't acting strange yesterday.
And he still acted strange. Point proven. And he pivots away and he starts to walk the direction that he was told about earlier. You can join me when you want, but I'm gonna get this done and get her brother back.
Fine, let's go. So Sirus, the rest of the crew and you and Cal start heading down the beach. Wendeline, Pippa, Clive, did any of you want to go with them, or are you guys going to stay back and get some rest?
Clive is actually going to go into the cabin and speak to Hades.
All right, so as they start heading off, Clive, you take turn and you're going to go talk with Hades. Wendell, what about you?
I'd better go with Sirus so he doesn't end up hurting himself.
Okay, so Wendeline says fuck it, and Wendeline, you are going to just, you're not letting Sirus do this by himself. You follow after, and it's your brother, so you just...
I mean, he's gonna do whatever he wants, so I guess I should do whatever I want. Man just goes and he just, bye. Okay, see you next week.
So, Cyrus, Wendeline is not letting you just go off and do this mission.
Yeah, you think you're gonna go find my brother by yourself?
I figured you would rest.
I'm fine. Let's go.
Oh shit! So Cyrus, she's like giving you the "I'm fine," like you know, like you're the superhero and she's the superhero. You're Spider-Man. She's Mary Jane right now. It's like
he kind of just looks at her, and doesn't like. I mean, obviously he'll smirk a little bit, but he more just kind of like, okay, whatever you say. Like, like you're fine. I just saw you almost crash out, so you're clearly not fine. He doesn't say that, but that's just like the look he gives.
So as you both head off, Cyrus, once again, Cal looks over to you, Cyrus. He goes, "She's just like a brother, feisty, does what she wants, impressive. I get why she's on your crew." So he kind of then walks past you, Cyrus, and heads off to his crew in the front. And then looks like you guys are all going off together. Pippa, what do you want to do? They're going off now. So what would you like to do, Pippa?
I was gonna stay behind and make sure everyone here is okay.
All right, so Pippa, you're now left with Belle. She kind of turns to you with her slob-covered body. She's all slobbery. She's like, "Can you help get this off of me? It's starting to smell."
Yeah, Belle. I was actually gonna say we should probably get you into the shower.
Yeah. So she kind of, little Belle just goes off. She's like, "Yuck," and she fucking just gets the gross of Halmon, then bursts out here. Clive past you. You can tell that he's very upset about something. Clive. He bursts out of the room. Hollywood said he was having trouble with something and something came up, so he's gonna try to join later, but he may not be able to. But he messaged me, guys, just so you know. So he bursts out of the room, and you can just tell he's really upset. Clive, as he says, "Get out of my way!" And he kind of moves past you, Clive, and you can just tell something's up with him. You and Pippa can both see that he's clearly agitated.
You okay?
Just, there's something wrong. We gotta go find this guy Norman or something. Belle, can you get her inside? Apparently there's a problem with this Norman guy. Look, I just gotta, give me a second to think. Okay, I gotta think. So Halmon, just you see him, Clive and Pippa, he kind of in a flustered state, thinking about what Hades has said about his family, the land of Drew. Clearly you two weren't there for this. But Halmon kind of goes to the front of the ship, very angry.
Seeing this, Clive then immediately has a worried look on his face. He looks to Pippa. "Speak to you later. You take care of Belle. Right now I'm going to talk with Hades. This may have taken a more darker turn." And then he heads immediately into the cabin.
All right, I will. Let me know what happens.
Belle's like, is Halmon okay?
He just needs to cool down right now. You know, Daddy's going through a lot of stuff in his mind, but don't worry. Well, we'll go get you cleaned up and you'll go to bed, and tomorrow he'll probably be better.
All right. Well, as you guys, Pippa, sorry, our dog is being loud for a second, guys. Hold on 1 second. As Belle and Pippa, you head into the cabin. Pippa, let's say you go get Belle washed up and clean. So, sorry, guys, let's take one more pivot. Clive, you go into the room to see Amalia. You were in there with Sakura. So, Sakura and Amalia. We're going to pivot now to Halmon when he storms out of the room after you guys had just learned about the land of Drew being invaded, corrupted, and now fallen apart. Hades is in there with both Sakura and Amalia. Clive, I'll get to you in a second. But Sakura, what do you want to do in the room with Hades and Amalia? Do you want to leave? What do you want to do? It seems that Cal is on his way or was on his way to call for you, but has now been distracted and left. So what do you want to do, Sakura? And then Amalia, I'll get to you. You just
Well,
basically seen Halmon out of the room.
yeah, I think I'm gonna leave Amalia and Hades alone and let them have a moment, I guess.
All right. So as you kind of head out, Sakura, to go after Halmon, you kind of bump into Clive in the hallway there. So Clive, you run right into Sakura as she on her way out. So Sakura, remember, you just learned all this information that the land of Drew has been invaded and Halmon's father may be dead. So as you leave, Clive is entering. So I want you two to talk as you guys pass each other.
Well, they have weapons of mass destruction.
Obviously.
So
um,
Sakura, you
wait, what?
what do you want to tell him? You just found out a whole bunch of information. Clive clearly has seen that Halmon has run out in distress. So what are you going to do, Sakura?
Um, so Halman kind of like he wants to go back to his hometown because there's war going on over there now, I guess.
And Drew?
Yes.
Great.
He's worried about his dad. I feel like there's war on many fronts here now.
That it is. Well, why don't you seem to be able to get through to him quite a bit. Why don't you go try to talk to him before he does anything rash?
I'll try my best.
Clive gives her a nod, then heads into the cabin where Amalia and Hades are.
So Sakura, as he passes by, he's clearly concerned. Sakura, you're kind of then go out and I guess he wants you to go try to talk with Halmon and calm him down or figure this out. And you do have a close relationship with Halmon right now, Sakura, being both the ones taking care of Belle. So you were correct. What you said with him in the room last time about, well, what about Belle? What about the other people? If Halmon just leaves, then he just is abandoning the group to deal with this. So Sakura, I'm gonna say you go out onto the deck, and I'm gonna get to Amalia and you guys in a second. But Sakura, you go out there and you see Hollywood. Halmon is just steaming and angry, and you can tell that he wants to just take off. So what do you want to say to him, Sakura? As you go out there and you're on the bow of the ship, you see that Halmon's really in distress.
I know that you're upset, and I can understand how it feels to be helpless because we can't just go there and fix everything in one day. I think you have to trust that everyone in Drew is going to be okay.
No, Sakura. I think you and me should right now go and find my dad. Let's just do it. Let's just go. You and me right now. Let's go deal with this shit. Let's go kill these shark bastards.
How would we even do that?
Let's go. You're strong as fuck. You're a demigoddess. I have powers from Santa. Let's just go. You can see that the white in his beard is slowly once again it's receding. You can see, Sakura, that more black is just growing more into Halmon's beard. The white from the Santa seems to be not as prominent as it was.
Are you okay? Your hair's doing some weird things.
Don't worry about it. Let's fucking go, Sakura. We got to do this now. You want to just sit here on your ass? You killed a shark guy earlier. You blew him in half. Do you want to do nothing with your powers? Can't you fucking help me?
What can help is if you try to calm down a little bit. And we think about this rationally because if we leave right now, it would be make much more sense if we went with everybody at once.
Look, I'm sorry, Sakura, but I gotta do this. I gotta look for him. Make sure you look out for Belle for me tonight. I gotta do something. And he grows out his
So you're gonna
magic
leave
white.
her?
Well, you watch as Halmon's white magical wings pop out, Sakura, and he makes the decision to just. You watch him as he flies up into
No.
the air.
What the hell? I'm
Hey.
yelling at home and I'm like, no, what the hell?
So as you're like looking up at him, Halmon's flying above the ship right now, Sakura, and he seems to be wanting to head off in the direction towards town. What would you like to do? You're just gonna call out to him? You're gonna try to stop him, or what do you want to do? You want to
I'm
follow
gonna.
him?
Well, I can use my wings, right? Because I have
Yes, you
wings.
can.
So I'm gonna just do that, and I'm gonna go after him and be like, if you're abandoning Belle, you're gonna force me to abandon Belle too. Are you gonna force everybody to abandon everything we have here just for you?
So as he floats in the air, you both are using your magical wings to float above the ship as you kind of have a stare down. As Halmon and you are kind of staring at each other, Sakura, you're trying to convince him to stay, take care of Belle with you, giving him a nice ultimatum there. So Halmon kind of stares back at you. He's clearly in distress, Sakura. You know that he cares very much about his little Danny DeVito looking dad. You know how much he cares about his dad. So Halmon is definitely in a stressful state. However, you're reminding him that he needs to also be a good dad. So it's a weird moment, Sakura, but you can definitely see that the emotion in Halmon is rising. I'm gonna stop it just right there for a little bit, Sakura, just because Hollywood's not here. But if you can join later, or I'll get back to you a little bit later.
Mm-hmm.
But before we take our break, I want to get over to Amalia and Astrum. So Amalia, you are now in the room as Clive is now entering the room. And don't worry, Pippa, we'll get to you as well. I know you had something you wanted to do. But Amalia, you're in the room as Clive now enters. Hades is in the bed. Amalia, before Clive enters, was there anything you wanted to do with Hades at all, or is it okay for
I
Clive
think
to
just
enter?
kind of like hearing like the news of everything that happens. As she's like kind of like has her hand like on Hades, she just kind of like bows her head and just looks very, very tired and just kind of like whispers, just one thing after the other.
He kind of like just pets your. By the way, Hallman, we just missed a scene with you, buddy. You just had a scene, so I'll tell you about that in a little bit, my friend. But you and Sakura are in a little bit of a heated moment. Let's just say, my friend. We'll get back to you later. But Amalia, he kind of brushes the black hair out of your face, and he looks to you, and he's like, "I know you never asked for any of this. Why did you even steal the stone to begin with?"
I mean, to be honest, I didn't even know what the hell it was. We just thought it would be worth a lot of money. We just didn't want to have to survive every single day anymore.
Well, now you're the queen of the underworld, darling. Was it worth it?
I have no idea. On one hand, so much has happened, but I met some really great people along the way, so for that, I wouldn't trade it.
Well, I know that I'm happy I found you through it, but I'm not so happy that a shark man almost blew my fucking cock off. as he kind of like looks out the window at the ocean, he's like, "This has gotten out of hand. I can't control the drow anymore. For all we know, the recruits are going to keep joining with Norman, and they'll leave my side and your side, and then what do we have? An army of nothing." Did you know that they
We
were
have to
calling your what? What?
we have to stop Norman before any of that happens.
Well, we'll do our best. Hopefully, your team can do it. You know what they were calling your team?
What?
The Broken. The Broken Misfits. They think that you are extremely powerful but cracked. And I can't do much to help you.
Well, just one thing at a time, right? First, we just gotta find whoever's making these weapons and get that out of commission first. Not only are you in danger, Sakura is in danger too.
And the Master, if it indeed is the thing that they're making the weapons out of, then that's a problem. We can't lose one of them, then we'll lose everything that we've worked for, all the stones that you've looked for, everything.
Well, luckily our captain knows a whole lot about them, so I think she'll get us through it.
The goofy girl with the horns. I guess she must be useful for something. Didn't she want me to fix her T-Rex or something?
Yeah, if you don't mind doing that, we'd really appreciate that. It's kind of gotten out of hand.
Oh, well, I'll do when I have time. He kind of then like leans back. He's like thinking
You
about this
know,
Amalia.
when you're not dying.
He like rubs your head again, like put your hair, his head, like his hand through your hair. He's like, "Yes, when I'm not dying, babe." He kind of just leans back. Clive, however, you enter here to see Amalia and Hades seemingly having a somewhat sweet moment as he's kind of brushing her hair out of her face. What would you like to do, Clive?
On entering Clive, seeing the two in their moment, he clears his throat to announce himself. Pardon the interruption. Thought it prudent to inquire what's going on. Hades, I'm sorry for your injuries, but seems you're in good hands recovering. And
He looks.
as you met Sakura, that promise still stands.
Good. I'm glad that you've been keeping an eye on the team. Can I help you? I'm sorry, I'm trying to get some rest, Clive.
Well, then I'll just make this brief. I need to know what exactly it was that wounded you. You're a god. So if they have some kind of power that's wounding you, this bodes ill for everyone.
Well, like I was just telling Amalia here, if they're using the magic from the master that they've found, siphoning its energy, then that's as powerful as any god. So they must be draining its magic as a resource and using it to entwine with its weapon, which mean that the weapons that they're using are arcane, magical, not made of science, but indeed used with magic.
Machines infused with magic. I've seen it before in other worlds.
How did that go?
That's a tale for another time, Amalia. Let's just say a few of them are horror stories.
Clive, can you give me a I want you to give me a intelligence roll here.
Sure. Right, let's go.
That or Arcana.
Arcana? Okay.
Either one.
Okay, yeah. I was going to go with Arcana. Yeah, I'll do an Arcana roll for this. What we got here.
Great.
Oh, that's a 12.
A
Total
12?
12.
Okay. So, hearing this, Clive, you think about the weapon that you've picked up. If it is indeed infused with magic, then perhaps you can tinker with this weapon. You have guns, you've messed with magic before. Can you use this gun? Could you master it? Is it indeed the magic that has been harnessed into it? Can you harness it yourself? I want you to think about those things because that would trigger something in your mind. I can't really tell you much more than that, but I think what you could surmise there, Clive, is that, oh wow, this futuristic looking laser weapon is indeed magic. Not a laser, but it's definitely magical. So you can definitely play with it, and you know you can do so.
Hmm. Well, I'll inform the others. We've kind of... I'm sure you both noticed Halmon storming out. Told Sakura to tend to him. Crew, I should inform both of you, the crew has gone out to scout for... Oh, what was it? I was the name? Wendeline's brother?
Kai, yes, he was Cal's one of the young men that's letting me stay on the ship. Yes.
His so-called friend and crewmate, what was that other one's name? The lizard man with the saxophone. Anyway, Heath believes that Kai was going to betray everyone. Just thought I'd mention that to you, just in case.
Do you think he's a snitch?
No, I don't know what to believe with everyone here right now. Everything that's going on. I thought I'd mention that to both of you. I'll leave you to it. Hades, you get some rest. Amalia, speak to you both later. And if you truly want to know the horror stories of arcane and science, you need only ask. Clive then turns on his heel and heads out to the deck.
All right. So here, Clive, you head out to the deck, and I'm gonna go to you, Astrum, in 1 second. So when we get just because Halmon came back, Sakura, you're in the air right now. Hollywood, are you there, my friend? Are you there, my man?
Yeah, I'm here.
So good to have you. So before we go to break and stuff, you know what, Astrom, I actually may get back to you after the break. Do you mind if I cut to you after we get back from our break? I appreciate it. And then so Hallman, you're in the air right now with Sakura. She went outside to stop you from trying to run away or go try to rush off into a fight, Hallman. The rest of the team, or at least Wendeline and Sirus and the rest of the crew on the boat, Pippa's brother and all of them, have seemingly left. Pippa went with Belle to get her cleaned up and downstairs for a rest. Amalia is getting a rest with Hades, and Clive went to go get a rest, it seems, back in the room, and he's heading out to the deck. But Hallman, Soccer went to stop you. You, however, got angry and heated thinking about what's happening to the land of Drew and that you need to do something. You felt compelled that Sakura is extremely strong and that she should use her powers to help you go and just deal with these shark men in this situation. So right now, Sakura's in the air trying to tell you not to go do that, Hallman, and that you need to stick here or she's going to go with you, and that Belle will be left here without either you or her at this moment if you run off or fly off. What would you like to do, Hallman, in this moment? Do you want to continue to stay on the boat, or do you want to head into town to try to fly off and search for?
You said Belle's with Pippa?
Yes, they went down to get her cleaned off because she was covered in dog slobber from the wolf at the front of the ship.
Sakura, Belle is about as safe as she can be with both of us.
Exactly.
I
So
think,
why are you
yeah,
leaving?
I mean, saying Pippa, Amalia, like even a wounded Hades, they're just as strong as us. Why don't we go handle this? You and me.
Well, where is your dad? Do you know where he is exactly?
Let's go find out.
What if he's in hiding already?
I can find him. I'm very hard to miss, and I can also be invisible if I need to. Let me just go give the people like a shred of hope. Like I can't just sit here and do nothing.
Well, I don't
I
think we're exactly doing nothing. I think we're gathering intelligence about this enemy because they obviously have some weapons of mass
Okay,
destruction.
so let's gather intelligence. Let's look for the motherfucker.
But shouldn't we go with more people than just you and me?
We don't have to fight. Let's just go look. Let's go try to find them.
Okay, but what if it's like, remember that one time we went somewhere and we couldn't teleport back? What if we get trapped?
Then we kill everyone.
He's like in the air, like.
I feel like we'll be fine. We can leave a note if you're really worried, but let's go try to find them. And if it's really dire, we step in. If we see that we have a little bit of time, we bring back information.
Wait, can you turn invisible? Because I thought Belle took your ring.
Since Sierra hasn't shown up, I took it back.
let's say that.
Oh my god.
The active character gets to keep the ring. I'll say that.
Yeah, I'll give you that. But all right, Sakura. So Hallman's waiting for you to see if you want to go in before we take a break. Do you guys want to then fly off?
Okay,
Um,
I'm gonna leave a note somewhere.
All right.
that's
On the
fine.
bar. We're gonna leave a note. Okay, we're gonna leave a note on the bar.
Okay.
We gotta
Okay.
at least let Belle know where we're going.
She can't be near this villain anyways, because he might be able to turn her. She's as safe as she can be here.
I hope so.
All right.
She'll be
So I'm
safer
gonna
than
say-
us. I'll say that.
I'm gonna say right there that Hallman, you magically create you with your ability. I'm gonna say that you can magically create like a little Santa note. However, Hallman, as you create the note to to do this, can you just give me a quick, just little, just a little insight roll for me here as you create this note out of magic and with Sakura here. Can you give me just a little insight?
Yeah. 17.
17. You notice that your magic isn't as strong. That the note took a little bit longer than it usually takes when you use your construct things with like make a material, create that type of stuff, or that. So you just notice that it's taking a
Like
little
maybe the
longer.
writing is like a little sloppier.
Yeah, the
Like-
paper with the magic that usually makes your Santa paper, it's not as fast. And you pick
How is my look right now? Am I still in between white and black, or
Yes. Earlier, Sakura noticed that unfortunately, as you were getting angrier in the air about this whole situation, begging her to help you, that your white was receding and the black was indeed slowly still coming in. And she called you out on it. Sakura said, "Are you okay?" And you were, once again, as you know, were upset.
okay?
So you then bolt and fly off towards town. Clive, I'm going to say that you hear, as you come back out of the blaze, Clive, you see that the note has been left, and you read that Halmon and Sakura have seemingly flown off into town. So Clive, that's where we're going to end it before the break. When we get back from break, we're on you, Astrum. Great job tonight, guys, by the way. I know this is kind of an episode. I'm trying to get you guys to do some little conversations before we move on to our break. So, Astrum, thank you for being very patient, but we'll be right with you at the beginning, right after the break, so you can have a little bit of part to yourself. And Pippa, I know you had something you wanted to do. And Wendeline and Sirus, we're probably going to get back to you guys next game, and you're going to start the whole thing with you guys since you guys have went off on your own mission, which I'm very excited to see, by the way. So, let's take a break, everybody, for about 5 minutes. There's some cool art in here for you guys. There's also, if you guys are having some music taste you want to hear, the African song that you guys heard last time, I actually found a beautiful choir version of it. So you guys can actually hear what that song the Kappas were singing was. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoy.
All right, let me talk to him first and see what I can get out of him.
All right, you have to, I guess.
Well, I can speak, and that doesn't have to be my spell yet. So I'm gonna yell out to him, "Why are you doing this to us? You have no reason to be doing this. Stop fighting us now, or prepare to die."
So what type of sound does a shark make, Pippa? As you're like screaming in shark towards the water.
Oh my god!
Come on, baby, give me the best thing you can come up with.
I think sharks can can't they growl? Don't they have vocal cords? Can't they make noises? I imagine they can growl. I need a shark growl right now.
I think they actually make like really high pitched sounds. Like I think they.
Like,
Go,
I can do dolphins. I can't do sharks. He just sounds like a grumpy, like.
Hey everybody, it's the kid from the Dirty 20 Dye Shop. And of course, you know Sierra's having a good month, so let's make it even better by getting some merch from the D20 Dye Shop. Oh yeah, by the way, I heard they're rebuilding that Denny's. Let's fight there, yo.
Bonsia ba mubokele la balibe limaka kubabana. 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 Kubabana, kubabana, kubabana. Bakwalesa, kubabana, kubabana. Bakwalesa, kubabana, 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 bakwalesa, kubabana, 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 bakwalesa. Bonsia ba mubokele la balibe limaka kubabana. 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 Kubabana, 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 bakwalesa. Kubabana, 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 bakwalesa. Moyaya, Down in Goldfish, where the sun don't set, sharkmen strolling with a deadly threat. Evil grin sharp like a blade unseen, taking orders from the Orca King's regime. Laser guns, the water's ablaze, sharkmen laughing in their wicked craze. Goldfish screams echo through the waves. King Orca rules from his coral caves. Thinned assassins in tailored suits, flashing beams in neon pursuits. Every goldfish just a pawn, a game. Cackling sharks playing wild with their flame.
And now, a lore update. It seems that the captain of the guard, Roland, was sent by Halsworth and unbeknownst to the West Kingdom government king to go attack the land of Drew. He succeeded with help of Picasso, who had now become a slave forced to be a captain for the military.
Oh man, Sirus, you let Picasso live and you tried to help him and be a good guy and let him go, and unfortunately Picasso just got fucking roped back into being part of it all. And after you and Halmon worked so hard to make Picasso not not basically have any type of leeway or anything. But you know what, Sirus, you were a good guy and you let Picasso go. However, it didn't seem to be the right decision, I suppose, as Picasso has
Sends a bigger message to show that I wouldn't kill senselessly.
for real. For real. And you know what? Picasso, it's not his fault. As we just learned from that lore recap, he is indeed a slave to this. So Halmon, as much as you might also hate Picasso later, just food for thought as the player. Not Halmon, but for the player, for Picasso. He's being forced to
No, he's not gonna think too much about it.
you're like, no, I'm gonna eat that bird. I'm gonna eat that bird. All right, guys, but actually, let's start exactly where we left off with you, Astrum. I'm not gonna bring up the map right now, Astrum, because you don't really need it at the moment. You're just on the beach. And you were with the Kappas last where we left you, Astrum. You were with the Kappas as they were dancing around. So they're still like dancing around, but Astrum, you know that this is they probably shouldn't be doing this. So what would you like to do, Astrum, as you've just left Reef Dagger unconscious on the beach? You've knocked him out. Did you want to tie him up? What do you want to do? You've knocked him out, got information from him. You know that the Kappas are being killed, so more drow can enter. Again, something you do not like.
Yeah, so he's definitely going to want to have to tie him up because, I mean, he's knocked out cold right now, but eventually he will wake up and it's going to tell him what he might do. So he is going to try to tie him up before he goes off to try to, like, meet up with everyone else.
All right. Well, you are you're a man of the sea, so you're really good with knots. You tie him up. His hands are gone anyway. Cyrus literally chopped off the ends of his hands on his fins there. So you basically just are like he's bleeding out and stuff. But once again, he's a shark man. It's a little different. But yeah, you managed to get him hog-tied. Basically, he's unconscious. The elder Kappa Poom, he goes up to you. Oh, Astrum, we're so happy you're back. Oh, it's been such a long time. By the way, did you know that Paloma, she's still looking for you?
Paloma, why is she looking for me?
Oh, this woman, I thought you were friends with her. Her name is Paloma. She says that she wants to learn your ways.
She's trying to learn spells?
Well, you know I can't talk about it too loudly, but yes, she seems to be quite infatuated with you. She came here looking for the rhyming man, she said. She called you the rhyming man.
Oh God, now I got a nickname.
Well, she seems to want to learn a lot from you. I don't know where you've been on your journeys as of recently, but she says she saw you do something in a town nearby. She was here earlier.
You know where she might be now?
Well, she headed off back into town once she realized you weren't around. But that was hours before you showed up here. I don't know where she came from or who she was, but her name is Paloma.
See, thank you for telling me this. I'd have to check it out.
Well, she'll be in town. But those friends of yours, they headed on down that way near the harbor. If you're wondering which direction they went.
Okay. I think I'm gonna meet up with my friends first.
All right. Well, we'll be here. Just thank you so much for bringing back Kaku. Or tell the horned one, the lady with the horns. Please tell her. Thank you so much for bringing back Kaku. And they get into celebrating again. Astrom, you watch as the Kappas. They seem to have their time. And they are still singing a little bit loudly. So I don't know if you want to tell them to be quiet or once again, you know that this is risky. But you are
Yeah, I
welcome.
think Ashram's gonna look at Pum and be like, "Don't let him do this too long." I mean, I know it's a celebration time, but you guys got to be safe. You can't be here 24/7.
I know, Astrom, but you know how hard it is. For the past 15 years, having no music has been such a burden. Enon isn't even a real king, as you know. He does this all himself. I don't know why we allow it.
Look, you saw how powerful my friends are. I think this is the time. I think by the time this is over, you won't have to worry about hiding it anymore.
Well, here, just take this on me, okay? I know you have the ability to do it. But if they don't know, here, he gives you a potion of water breathing. You know the Kappas have these types of potions. If any of your friends get into any trouble, if you need anything, please take one, okay? I don't want anybody to get hurt. Your friend dove right into the water earlier. If any of your friends need to do that again, make sure they drink this.
Thank you. Greatly appreciated. I definitely think I'm gonna need this before this is over.
Well, it's good to see you again, Astrom. And he gets back to his group. And Astrom, did you want to head into town or head back to the ship towards your crew?
Head towards the crew.
All right. So as you head back towards the wolf, you head there, and you see, however, Astrom, can you give me a perception roll? You can let me know what that is, my friend. Oh, an 8. So not the greatest. And as you head to the ship, you look up in the sky and you see two things seemingly flying through the air. You can't make it out what they are, but you see two objects seemingly flying above you as you look up into the sky. You can't make out what it is, but just quickly, whoosh, two objects fly above you about 20, 30 feet in the air. Too fast, unfortunately, for you to pick up. But you make your way to the ship, and you do realize that Clive is standing on there alone. Clive has a letter in his hand that he's looking over. So as you get onto the deck, Clive, it's just you and Astrom now on the deck of the ship. Astrom, what would you like to do as you see Clive? And then I'm going to cut over before the end of the night. We're going to cut to Pippa, and then to Sakura and Halmon one more time. Amalia, thank you for being here as well. I'm going to include you with the Pippa stuff, just so you know. Astrom, Clive, you're on the deck of the ship. Astrom, anything you'd like to do?
So he's gonna walk up to Clive, and he's noticing that he's kind of just by himself, looking at the note, and walks up to Clive. He's like, "Clive, what's going on? Where is everyone?"
Clive turns to Astrom. Halmon got news that Brew is under attack. It's been besieged. Sakura looks like ruined, sacked, destroyed. Seems that he and Sakura went to fly off to take care of it. Amalia's next to her husband in the captain's quarters. Hades is still being healed. We found out why, or what is doing it. Clive flips back his cloak, revealing the rifle he's attached to his belt. This device that the sharks used. You know those beams that came out of it? This isn't science. This is magic. We've infused devices with magical power, likely from the masters itself that they have captive. They're harnessing and harvesting its power. So if the gods are easily wounded by this, we are in trouble. Something I need to conduct down below alone. But now Pippa went off with Belle to get her cleaned up. Sirus and Wendeline went off to look for Kai with the crew. We've kind of split up at the moment. Not that I'm fond of that.
See. So it's looking like right now it's just me and you.
Ah, yes. I do need to speak to Pippa about something, but I'll speak to her when she's done with Belle. We need to go
Did get
below
some
deck.
intel. Did get some intel out of our old friend we just defeated.
Did.
Turns out, King Enon is in cahoots with our friends Norman and Nottingham. And apparently, Drow are here and he wants to kill the Kappas to make room for the Drow.
Interesting. Has to be more to play. I feel like this is one giant chessboard going on right now. Multiple fights going on all over the place. Pieces being put in the right positions. The puppeteer is not to be seen, only his puppets. Someone has been playing an intricate game with all of us.
Don't feel like it's multiple fights. I feel like it's all connected. Because if
That's what I'm saying.
King Enon is in cahoots with these guys, then there's definitely something bigger we're not seeing.
Yeah, that I agree on. Question is, what is their goal?
At this
Is
moment,
King Enod greedy?
I mean, greedy he is, but it's not like him to be teaming up with someone he doesn't necessarily know. He's the type to want everything for himself.
Greed can be a powerful ally or motivator, especially with a manipulator. This Norman sounds like, well, a scummy ne'er-do-well who turned his back on his people. Someone who probably just wants to get up to the ranks of the highest position. Perfect opportunity for someone behind the scenes to manipulate. There's always a bigger fish. There's always somebody who is not seen. That is the puppet master, not the ones that have the faces.
You have a point. So, what's our first move?
First, we need to get ourselves back together. I don't think it's a coincidence that Drew was attacked, Halmon flew off. We're all vulnerable. Our crew has been split.
I'll let you lead the way.
At that moment, I will interrupt here. And Pippa, I'm going to say you put Belle to bed. She went and got some rest. And you and Amalia, are you still there at the moment in time? Are you available to talk, Amalia?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, so I'm going to say that Amalia and Pippa, you come out of the room. Hades is getting some rest. Amalia and Pippa, you put Belle to bed. But I'm going to say you guys enter or exit the cabin to see that Clive and Astrum are talking on the deck of the ship. Pippa, what would you like to do? I know that obviously Clive wanted to talk to you. And Amalia, you've had a lovely little conversation with Hades, so you're calling it a night as well, Amalia, as you exit to come out back onto the deck. Pippa, what would you like to do as you see Astrum and Clive there as you come out with Amalia?
Pippa's gonna open up her little bag of holding as she walks, and she's like, "Amelia, come here. Clive,
Oh, what's up?
Astrum, before you guys say anything, I mean, we've been going through a lot, but remember, I got this." And I'm gonna pull out the 9 live sword.
Oh, okay, the Sword of Nine Lives.
Yeah.
All right, so Amalia and Clive, you definitely can sense the dark magic radiating off of the blade. Astrum, I will say, because you're a bard, you also sense some pretty dark magic just radiating off of this sword. It kind of has like this red glow almost coming off of it. You guys remember that you saw Hyde using this very powerful weapon. Clive and Astrid saw it right up close. So Pippa pulls out this sword.
This group really likes picking up cursed objects, huh?
What? Sorry.
I said this group really likes picking up cursed objects, huh?
Honestly, yeah, but I think it's really gonna help. I mean, if I can get it to befriend me, like attune with me, then obviously because everything that's going on, we're gonna need the extra power. So,
Well, I get that. It's some pretty dark magic, Pippa.
well, I've been pretty good at convincing other things to be my friend. So, I got an idea. What if I animate it
Um,
and talk to it, and then I could convince it to be my friend?
So you're pulling a big mom, and you're gonna convince the sword to be your friend.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna try my
But
best.
you want to animate something that illuminates pure darkness.
Trust
Is that
me,
kind of
Astrum,
dangerous?
I have seen things in my life where dark objects can actually be beneficial.
All right. You guys know more about it than me. I'll leave that to you.
All right. So,
Yeah,
But funny
honestly,
you mentioned that as well. Clive then pulls out the rifle from his belt, and then the iron rod that he obtained from the blacksmith. I too want to try something with the weapon that I obtained.
okay.
Oh, jeez.
So let's start with Pippa first. So
Okay.
before we move on to Halmon and Sakura and end the episode with them, Pippa, you animate. I'm assuming you want to animate your sword.
Yeah, so all I have to do is look
while
at
she's
it.
doing this, Amalia just looks very concerned about the whole process.
Yeah, just like
Just have fireball on the ready.
yeah, just like your hand lights up in flames, just ready to go. Pippa, you animate the sword.
Astrum, stay close to Amalia. Let's give Pippa some space just in case.
Yeah,
Astrum's
like
kind of
go
got his
low.
sword ready just in case as well.
just like just ready. She's on fire, hand on fire, sword ready, and Clive.
Pippa like steps away at least like maybe 10 feet. Hopefully that's good.
Okay, so Pippa, as you animate the sword comes to life. You watch as this dark blade radiating magic. You guys all watch as it grows a face. If you guys watch One Piece, you know exactly what Big Mom's sword is like. I know that some of you know. If you guys know what that sword looks like, Pippa, you know her sword with the smile on it. That's kind of what it looks. That's kind of what it looks like. And it's like, I am alive. Hello.
Yes, you are, and you're safe.
Yeah.
I saved you.
Yeah, and who are you?
Well, I'm Pippa Lou, and I'm gonna like wave, shake at it because it does have arms.
All right,
Yeah.
Pippa Loon. Give me a wisdom save, Pippa.
A wisdom save? Why can't it be like a
A wisdom save. You guys all watch as this giant sword springs a giant jagged mouth in the middle of its blade and then looks down at Pippa. It seems to grow super long in her hands. Pippa, what is your wisdom save?
21.
Okay,
Oh,
so Pippa.
damn.
So Pippa, you just don't give a shit.
Done.
This sword is trying to eject you with its dark energy and like affect your brain. But Pippa, you're just too. Let's just say Pippa might be a little too clueless to realize that the sword is trying to fuck with you. You're just happy to see that it's alive.
Yeah, I just think it's awesome. I think the coolest thing as of right now, because I've seen a lot of cool stuff lately, but I think we're gonna make a great team.
You want to be a team with me?
Yeah, why not? I mean, you got to have someone to like swing you about.
You know that I'm a very evil sword. I meant for killing and blood. I take lives away like that on a natural 20. You understand that, right?
Well, maybe you think you're mean, but maybe you're just really strong. You know, maybe you're not actually that bad. Maybe you're just badass.
Maybe I'm not bad. I'm just badass.
Yeah, anybody can choose to be good or bad. You're awesome. I can already tell.
All right, Pippa, give me a persuasion roll here or charisma to see if you can attune with this sword like that in conversation. Because you usually have to practice with a magical blade, but since you're having a conversation with this one, I want to see if this sword will attune to you and work with you specifically.
Ooh, I only got a 13.
Oh, you only got a 13?
Yeah.
So the sword's looking at you. I mean, that's not terrible.
That was persuasion.
Yeah, okay. Give me that was persuasion. If you want, you can also give me a charisma.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna let you try either one here. All right, Pippa.
22. Okay,
22.
go.
Okay, so you're dealing with your charisma again. You're looking at this blade, and the blade just like, all right, I like you. You're making me feel good.
Yeah.
So
My
we're-
team's like the most badass team out there, so.
So I'm gonna get a lot of blood, right? I'm gonna kill a lot of people for you.
Well, duh.
Yeah.
That's why I need you.
That's what I want to hear. So your sword, so Clive, Amalia, Astrum, you're seeing that this sword just seems like super happy to be here. Pippa, you just like have taken out this giant sword. And Pippa, I will say that you have now attuned to your weapon, so you can use the Sword of 9 Lives. You have managed to attune to the weapon. If you do hit anybody with a nat 20 or anything like that with the Sword of 9 Lives, you can, of course, immediately take their life. You know this. You can take it down to 0.
Awesome.
So, Pippa, Clive, Amalia, Astrum, you watch as she's attuned to this new weapon. Way to go, Pippa. Clive, what did you want to try to do to your weapon? And I'm going to go over to Sakura and Halmon here in a minute, so you guys just get ready.
Clive then he puts the rod, one of his revolvers. Quickly go to the inventory. The +1 revolver he empties the barrel. And then he puts the arcane rifle. Then essentially what I wanted to do was use the spell Contact Other Plane, but he wouldn't be doing it to gain information and such. Essentially, not ask questions, but more so just reach into the plane of his eldritch patron and just pull magic from it into this weapon to try and create a new staff.
Oh, you're trying to turn your gun into a magical staff. Let's just say that you're using your rod and this magical arcane weapon you've created. Let's just do that. Let's just mix them into one. So let's just try to create like a new thing here. Let's use your Arcana. Give me an Arcana roll here, and you're
Okay,
trying to
well, sure.
What would you like to do?
And,
How do you want to do?
Actually, that makes sense. Instead of like contacting the patron, because the weapon is fueled with magic, so and he can use magic himself, so he's just sort of it's like he's willing the magic to form into something else.
Yes, you're
So
trying
he
to create.
sacrifice his revolver, the rifle, and the iron rod, and just try to transform it into something else. So willing the magic, essentially. So yeah, I think Arcana should work. Oh please!
Okay.
That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. So you manage to, as you watch Amalia, Pippa, Astrum, you watch as Clive, you use your magic, and that magenta kind of mixed, kind of pinkish magic swirls together, and you manage to create this amazing golden staff. But at the end of it, there's that blue kind of laserish arcane magic that the shark weapon was definitely using. And the pieces of the gun that have melded onto the rod that you have, it seemed to create this beautiful staff. I will definitely program it and talk with you about that, Clive, in our own time. So, but great job. You managed to create a new staff for yourself out of that gun. So it will be able to do the same type of damage. So great job. So Amalia, Pippa, Astrum, Clive, on the boat, you guys are all having this conversation, doing this stuff all together, and you managed to create these new weapons and kind of regroup the 4 of you. So I'm going to leave you guys there, and you guys all go get a nice long rest for the night. And we're going to end our game tonight with Halmon and Sakura. As you both are flying through the sky, this is something very easy. It's not too much more going forward. But Halmon, you have a disadvantage right now. If you realize, Sakura, that his wings aren't working the same. So, Halmon, please give me an Arcana save here.
All right, let's have some fun.
So, Sakura, roll me a perception roll here.
Oh gosh.
You said Arcana?
Arcana, yes.
Well, I mean, it's a -1, but I still got an 18.
Okay, so you got an 18 with -1, so that's a 17. So,
Well, no, I got a 19. I got an 18 total. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, unfortunately, not unfortunately, fortunately for you, Halmon, you feel that your magic is being a little shaky here, but you shake it off and you manage to keep flying in the air. The wings are definitely like still working, but you can tell that you're feeling a little weak for some reason, but your magic's working. Sakura, with your perception roll, what did you get with your perception?
Well, I have a passive of 18. Or do you want me to actually roll?
I'll use your passive. I'll use your passive.
Okay.
You do notice that Halmon seems a little drained. He's getting a little tired as he's flying. You can tell that. Halmon doesn't seem to get drained that easy. He's pretty well healed right now. Still, he's got hurt before, yes, but he's not that badly damaged. But you can definitely tell that Halmon seems a little weaker with his flying. Once again, just like his paper magic you saw, his magic seems weaker for some reason. Sakura.
Are you good, Holman? Should we teleport somewhere instead of flying?
Well, we can keep going. I don't really know what's happening, but I'll be fine. We just gotta. Once we get there, we'll figure this out later.
All right, and as you guys are flying in the air, before we end the night, I do need Sakura and Halmon one more time to give me a stealth roll each, please. A stealth roll.
13.
Oof.
So would I
You
need to
can use
wear my?
guidance.
Oh,
Oh
cool.
shit! I'm fucked.
Would I
I
have
got a
my
5.
ring? Like, would I know that I need to put my ring on now, or is this a surprise?
Oh, this is a surprise. So as you're
Okay.
flying through
Well,
the air,
15 with guidance, but
I got a 5.
yeah. So we're found.
yeah, you guys unfortunately didn't do great for what you needed to break. You have to get over 15. But Halmon, I'm also going to have this because she was seen and she's flying next to you. You definitely are both seen. However, Sakura, you definitely are seen worse. And you guys, unfortunately, let's see if they hit you with a plus here. Sakura, what is your armor class again? 4. That hit.
19.
Okay, so unfortunately that hits you, Sakura. And with a +4. What's your armor class, Hollywood?
18.
Okay, so you're both unfortunately hit. And you both are hit by laser weapons from below. As you both are aware, magic, remember, and using spells is illegal or not liked here in Goldfish. You both have been spotted from down below. Some of the shark guards in the town looked up and saw you both flying in the sky, and they're using that laser weapon. As you know, when it hits, it can do 3d10 damage. So, both of you are going to take some damage.
Could I roll a perception check? If I roll high enough, could I like try to like roll in front of Sakura to take her hit too?
You know what? If you would have rolled not so she rolled
I
so
got a
bad.
15.
Okay,
I'm
you know
not trying
what?
to. I'm not saying that she isn't found. I'm just trying to fly in front of her to take her hit as well.
Okay. I'll get you do that. So Sakura, you're really lucky here. Where Halmon, because he rolled the
Dang.
15, he blocks the hit on you. So unfortunately, you're gonna take her damage also, Halmon.
You can heal, hopefully.
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 And Halmon, you take 75 hit points of damage.
Yeah. Okay.
And Halmon, as this happens, give me a Constitution save.
Sakura, how strong are you? Oh no. I got a 10.
Wait, what am I rolling? Am I rolling?
Sakura, I'm sorry, but by him doing this for you, Halmon, your brash actions, your want to go do this, your want to go help, unfortunately, boom! Halmon, the lower half of your right leg from your knee down, gone. As you're shot in the sky, the lower half of your leg is just cauterized off your
fuck.
body. And
I grab Hallman and I teleport us back to the ship.
Okay, so Halmon, she immediately is gonna grab you in the air. However, Halmon, you watch as your leg falls below, down to the ground, as the shark men all go, up there! Look up there! Get him up there! So they all then look above. However, Sakura, probably a good idea for you to teleport away because now they don't know where you guys have gone. So Sakura, you grab Halmon, teleport him away. Halmon, you are badly damaged, literally from below your right leg, completely gone, already cauterized, not even bleeding. Your leg is gone. Pippa, Clive.
How much does this hurt?
Well, it's
I don't know.
cauterized, so I feel like actually it'll hurt bad, but not as bad as it could have hurt if it wasn't cauterized.
Think of it like a lightsaber cut.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay. So Halmon is like is silent shock right now.
As you just look down to your leg, you guys, Astrum, Clive, Pippa, Amalia, you watch as immediately on the deck of the ship, Sakura and Halmon appear right there on the deck again, but now Halmon missing.
Halmon's probably screaming.
What the hell
Halmon,
happened?
My leg!
Clive calls back to the cabin. Medics!
Yeah, so as you call back, some of those drow come running out. Halmon, the two drow elves come running out of the cabin to look at you. They're in shock. And by the way, I did love that reference, Sakura. My leg! exactly.
SpongeBob, there we go.
So as you guys unfortunately all look at Halmon, you look down at your now severed leg.
Which
The rest of
leg?
the team- the right,
Which
the right
my
leg.
right leg? Okay.
And
Yeah,
however,
that's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, no, go for it.
He's got
No,
a peg.
I'm just
Is he gonna get a peg leg now?
I'm like
Well,
I feel like Halmon after taking that hit, he's having pain go throughout his body, and like he almost doesn't notice that something was severely went wrong until he sees a leg falling down, and then he's like, "That's weird. I'm in so much pain." And I'm just like, I feel like Halmon's just on the ground gasping, and like completely bruised and bloodied.
Pippa, do you want to say anything? Amalia, Astrum?
I'm gonna rush over to Halmon and then use basic blood mancy to keep him from bleeding out.
Okay, yeah, so you can, he's cauterized there, so he's not really bleeding, but you definitely see, that's still good to do. So, like, clean up the wound area, get all that blood, make sure he's just not clotting.
I feel like I'm definitely like bludgeoned really badly.
Yeah,
So
for sure. So, Astrum, what about you? Last thing for the night, you see your new friend here, hurt in your hometown.
I think Astrum's just kind of like confused as to what's going on. So, because everything's happening so fast, like they just kind of teleported in, and Halmon's like missing a leg, and he just looks. He looks at like Halmon and Sakura. He's like, Jesus Christ, I was gone for like 5 minutes. You all were probably gone for like 5 minutes. How the hell did this happen?
they saw us. Oh God!
Who saw you, Halmon?
It was the shark people.
Let me guess. Laser fire caught him.
Yep.
My fucking ring.
I would have known that if you wouldn't have left so fast.
So Pippa, you're just like, yeah, you're like just screaming at Halmon, like instead of helping Halmon, Pippa's like berating you, Halmon, like scolding you, like you're a fucking child. But
I'll bring him over the whiskey bottle.
Oh, okay. So
How far did you get before they shot you? Like, how far did they got their guards out?
We were flying for 5 minutes.
Yeah, they were literally flying. They got about like 5-10 minutes away from the ship. Probably just were right about to head into town. Unfortunately, the guard.
I tried to. I look over to Clive and I was like, I tried to tell you. I was gonna try to help Halmon, but he just didn't listen to me.
Oh, you tried, and the important part is that you're both back here. Get him to the medical wing.
So we're gonna end.
Two people should stay guard on the ship now, because if this has just happened now, likely those shark folk will be even more aggressive.
That's true.
All right, so Sakura, I'm gonna let you do one more thing for the night. Did you want to heal Halmon at all? He got hit pretty bad. He got 75 hit points down, and you know that. So I'm just gonna give you the opportunity.
Yeah, I'll heal him. I have my. Wait, where is it? Sorry, I'm looking for it.
You're good.
Hold on. Okay, yeah. So it is my channel divinity. I can restore 50 health points
All right, so 50
for
health
him.
points back to you.
Well,
Halmon,
thank
you can
you.
take, I guess, 50 back.
So maybe he's
Yep.
no longer gasping for breath, but he's like, he doesn't have a leg. So
Yeah, I mean, she definitely has stabilized your body out of the shock, out of the pain, out of all that. But Amalia, you've managed to help also just clean that wound with your blood mancy. You're definitely getting all that blood, all the clotting from happening, all of that. And Halmon, unfortunately, now you just feel that numbing sensation from the knee down. Sakura was able to stabilize your body out of the shock and everything. And Sakura, you're sitting next to Halmon and Amalia as this is happening. Pippa hands you the whiskey bottle, Halmon. She knows what you'd want. And Astrum, you're just like standing next to Clive, like, what the fuck? Great place to end the game right there with
Could
you guys. Oh yes, Clive, one more thing.
I was just going over my inventory. Could Clive just because he has alchemy supplies to help Halmon, could he bring it out and just try to make some sort of healing potion or salve with what ingredients he has?
Yeah. Let's say like you're cleaning up the wound with Amalia there, and we'll get to that next game.
Effort,
Let's say
yep.
that you're trying to, yeah, you have like an alchemy set, so you're just trying to create a basic healing potion to give him a little bit more. But we're gonna call the game right there, guys. I think that's a good spot because we're about to take a break for 2 weeks, and this is a great place to leave off. Where Halmon, you've just lost the bottom half of your leg. Pippa, Astrum, Clive, and Amalia, you're trying to create a plan here on what to do next to find these arcane weapons and the source. Wendeline and Sirus, you're off on your own mission to save and try to find your brother with Captain Cal. So yes, the team is a little split right now, but I think it's a really good place. So when we return in 2 weeks to play some more D&D, everybody wish Sakura here, our friend Jade's going to Japan. Let's hope she has a smooth trip. Everybody,
Oh,
she's going.
have a good
She's going.
time.
Yeah, man, 2 weeks in Japan. So she says, "Fuck you
Ah.
guys." So she's out.
Okay,
But all right,
so we'll end the stream now.
bye guys. See you in 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Bye.